Considering how ineffective the field guns were against the fort structure, British forces decided to move their artillery battery closer in hopes that the decrease in distance would allow their weapons to do greater damage. On August 19th, they began to dig a zigzag trench within 150 yards of the northwest bastion, which you are approaching up ahead. The Americans, in an effort to stop this construction, fired grape shot at them all night. The British returned with shells, but no damage was done. This work continued the following day, but little progress was made, and firing continued. The following day, on August 20th, Benedict Arnold arrived at Fort Dayton with 1,000 men, preparing to relieve the Continental forces in Fort Schuyler. A couple days later, word reached British camps that 3,000 men were coming to relieve the fort, a great exaggeration of the 1,000 that was actually on their way. Hearing the size of this opposing force, British-aligned indigenous soldiers, already disheartened by their losses and strained alliance at the Battle of Oriskany, began to abandon the camps, and the rest of St. Leger's forces soon followed. These forces were in such a hurry to leave that many left their supplies behind, including ammunition. August 23rd is said to be the final day of the siege, when Benedict Arnold and his men arrived at Fort Schuyler from Fort Dayton. By then, most of St. Leger's forces had abandoned their camps and fled back towards Canada. Continental soldiers, seeing that the enemy left, began to scavenge through the remainders of the camp, looking for ammunition and other supplies. During the course of this 21-day siege of Fort Schuyler, 4 Continental soldiers were killed and 18 were wounded. 3 civilians were also injured during the siege, one of whom gave birth in the fort the day before the siege ended. While the Continental forces had successfully withstood the British siege of Fort Schuyler, there was still a long road to independence ahead. What effect did this unsuccessful siege have on the war? Watch the final video of this tour to find out.